Hello, my name is Mark and I'm your catering chef at the University of Waterloo. But I'm here to talk to you today about some gardening tips for planter or container gardening. I like to improvise things that I can pot in. So I've taken a 2-liter pop bottle, sliced it in half, inverted it, filled the top with soil, and then left it so that it can drain into the bottom so it doesn't, so whatever I start in here doesn't drown. It's always important when you start a plant that you have proper drainage in whatever you're doing. Here you can see I've used a Kirkland chicken container. I filled it with soil and it has holes in the top for the steam to exit when it's a chicken container. But now it's sitting on the base and it's holding some red pepper seedlings that I started from just your garden variety red pepper plant. I always keep my trusty drill around if I need to take a container such as this and it didn't have holes in it. So what I did was I just used the drill, simply screw some holes right into the bottom of the container. Now your plants will generally grow to whatever size container you keep them in. Right here we've got a basil starter that I picked up at just a local supply, and it's holding out at this size. But after today, I'm going to transplant it into one of my containers so it can get nice and bigger. I've got a rosemary here that's a little bush right now, but my hope is by the end of the summer, in a container such as this, it'll grow to be a tree and I'll be able to move it indoors and save it. Almost anything can be a planter, as long as it can hold soil and have proper drainage. We've got a variety of different types here. Some are bought from the store, others, like this milk crate planter, are improvised just with some yardscape fabric inside and then filled with soil afterwards. Now ultimately, when it comes to your garden, you need to decide where you're going to plant. That's going to be one of the most important things. If you're growing on a balcony, you need to consider the amount of sun you're going to get, the amount of wind exposure, temperatures in the area. In our area, you need to consider the hardiness zones, which is a map that's made that shows what can be grown in our area based upon the temperature range that we live in. We're not going to be able to grow banana trees or coconut trees around here, right? A lot of the time, what people do is you receive your plants in containers like this and you throw them out after you replant them, right? These are fantastic to save for next year, replant, reseed, start again, right? One of the things I love to use actually are egg flats, cardboard egg flats. You can fill them with soil, get something under them so they don't leak everywhere when you water them. Plant your starters in every little pod on the eggplant or on the carton. And then it's great because the cardboard also holds moisture and they'll be ready to go ideally once you're ready to plant at May 24. A lot of it is trial and error. Ultimately, the worst you're going to do is lose a couple of dollars on seeds or on soil, but so much of it can just be reused, upcycled somehow. And ultimately, when you're spending time outside, time in the sun, you're doing good for yourself and ideally good for the environment. All right, so right here we've got some basil seeds. So just run my finger down the length of our planter here to make a little bit of a well. We're just gonna kind of sprinkle them in here. And it is overseeding a little bit, but anything extra we can just kind of prune out if it's growing too close. So now I'm just gonna lightly cover them back up. I'll finish seeding the rest of these with different sprouts, water it down, and we'll be good to go. In a few days we should start to see sprouts, and hopefully in a month or so we'll have some nice basil growing out of here. Another great reason to buy local, grow your own. From a sustainability standpoint, the amount of gas you're saving by not having product that's been driven across the country is substantial. The transport trucks that are driving back and forth from California every day are massive amounts of CO2 emissions. So by growing your own in the height of our summer, you're doing your part to save and act sustainably.